Hello friends, I'm Naren, your host. Today we are going to talk about Terraform variables. Variables play an important role in any programming language. In this video we will discuss about Terraform variables. So let's move to the code section. Okay, I have created a folder called variable. Let's go inside, open the Visual Studio Code. Okay, here we have a readme files where I defined how to declare a variables and the variable types in the Terraform. Terraform support a wide range of the types, like like other language. It support string type, boolean type, number type, list, map, object, and there is another type is called sensitive variables. In this video we will discuss and we will learn all variable types. So let's create a file here called variables.tf, and in Terraform you are declare variables using a variable keyword like variables and then followed by variable names. Let's say instance type, and then it has basically three property. Type is nothing but you have to define the type of the variable. For example, it may be a string type, it may be boolean, it may be number, map, list, or object. So since our variable is instance type, so we are create a string variable. Now you have to provide a default value. Default value will help you when you are not specify any value of this variable. It will use the default value. If you specify the value of this variable, then that specific value will be considered. So let's say t2 dot micro is my default value, and there is another property called description. It's nothing but it will describe the variable more like instance type or instance family. So we have created one variable. Now let's use this variable. Let's create another file called main.tf, and we are using in such a way that the variable value printed on the console. So in order to print the value of your variable on the console, we have a keyword called output. Then you can use the output keyword and the name of the variable. Let's say this name and the variable name in the variable.tf file is completely different. You can add any name here, but just for the sake of simplicity we are using the same name, but you are free to use a different name. So let's say instance type, and here we have one property called value. We will get the value from var.instance types. This var is Terraform is smart enough to understand and located your variable.tf file, and this var get initialized. Okay, so we have declare a variable, we have assign our variable to a different output. It's more like a print statement in Python. You can understand in this way when you are printing a value on the console in the Python, in Terraform you can use output. So now let's go to the window console, and then we can say Terraform plan, and if you can see, the plan will display that okay, we have one output variable that is instance type and its value. When you saying apply, it does nothing, but it's just printing the same value. Terraform apply. So now you can it will asking us to confirm the apply that you want to do. I did apply. In the apply case, apply get success, and here is the output instance types t2 micro. So this is the string variable example. Now let's try with boolean and number variable. Let's say boolean type, and here is type, we can say bool, and then default is true, or let's keep it false. And similar way we can add another variable called number type, and this maybe we can call it in string type, and then in the number type you have choose the number, and then you have default, let's keep it 0, and then description number type, and here we can also add description is optional. If you want to add, it's okay. If you don't want to add, it's also okay. Now let's check again our Terraform plan. In this demo, plan is not really necessary, and right now we are getting one error that var.instance this type is not declared, and that is correct because we have changed it string type. So you have to go in the main and you have to change a string type. And now let's say output, we have a number type, and we can give value equal to var dot number type. Similar way we have output equal to boolean type, so then say value equal to var dot boolean type. Now save the file, go to the command prompt, and then let's run Terraform plan. Now you can see we have two types it's display here, but actually okay, we have two types because previously we have already run the Terraform plan, so that type is not considered. Now let's apply Terraform apply and then confirm. Now you can see we have three output like boolean type, instance types, and number type. Let's talk about our next types that we have list. So let's say variable list type, then you have type property to initialize. You can choose list. I want a list of a string. Again, when you are choosing a list, you can specify what kind of list it is. So I'm going to display a list of a string. Then we have a default value. Since list is nothing but an array, so let's say US East A. These are nothing but the AZs, availability zone, US East 1B. So I'm happy with the two element in the list. Now let's declare the list here, output, and we will give the list type, and then we have a value, and then you can say var dot list type. Now this will display an array element. So let's quickly run Terraform apply plan. Since we are not running any actual code that launching an infrastructure on any cloud provider, is very simple project where we do not need to be run Terraform plan again and again, because we know it's just for a simple project. It's just printing some value on the console. So Terraform apply directly can run here in this case. And now you can see we have one more type printed on the console, that is the list type, and it's saying the type of to list and both the value. Now one more thing here I want to mention: if you want to print a, you can also print in this notation. If you want to just print a single element, then you can run the Terraform again. Now let's say confirm yes. Now you can see we can have as first element of list type. Now create another type variable that is called map variable map type equal to, we can gonna give map of string. Okay, and here is the default value that is saying env is dev, and name is, let's say, rain, or we can say Terraform. And then you can direct, let's print this value output, and then we have a map type, and the value we can say var dot map type, and then print the value. Let's say run the Terraform apply directly, confirm the execution, and you can see we have a map here. And in the same way that in the list, we can also specify env in this format, and then you can get the value of the env. Now you can see map type, we get the value of the env. So let's talk about the last type that we have, that we call the object type, and then sensitive, we will also try the sensitive. Let's copy this as it is so we can see what's the value there. So we have main.tf. In the main.tf we will come later, but let's declare object type. So we have one type is called object type. Object type, we define the type here, and it's an object of, you can see that we are assigning one object in that, and in the default value you can assign the value in this format. Now save the file, go to the main, and then we can say output object type, then value, and then we can say the object name var dot object type dot engine. So this way we can retrieve the object. If you don't specify this, then whole object will be print. So let's go to the window console and then apply, saying yes, and you can see we will see all full object assignment. Now let's enter the type engine. We just want to retrieve the value of engine, saying yes. So now you can see we have an object type MySQL. So this is how the variables in Terraform, and you can also using the output to print this variable. I'm using output just for the sake of simplicity to demonstrate how the variable is working. And this kind of the variables you can directly use when you are launching the infrastructure on AWS cloud or any other cloud. And the assigning the value or getting the value from the variable file is the same. You can use var.list underscore type. That's all for this video, and in the next video we will see how the variable precedence is working and how many way we can passing the value in your Terraform configuration. Thank you for watching, and if you are new to my channel, please subscribe, like and comment. Thanks again.